So welcome, Salem. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I saw you before and after. It was just utterly incredible. So I wanted to kind of get your story on where you were before and what you did. Can you tell me a little bit about your past as far as, did you have a weight problem?
Yeah, to be honest, I was experimenting a lot with diets, and nothing really worked, and I was so depressed about it. I gained a lot of weight, and then I did some diets where I lost the weight actually, but then I gained it so much faster back. And so it was more of a I didn't have a problem with the high carb diet or any of the other diets. It's not sustainable in a long run. And then because I always crave for things and I always want to eat something specific, I didn't know what was the reason that time. But then at one point last year, in October, if I believe, I saw one of your videos, and I didn't know about keto really, and I just watched your videos because you didn't mention in some of your videos that you're doing ketosis or something. But I just followed it. Then I found out, yeah, it's about ketosis, and I lost a lot of weight. During 3 or 4 months, I lost most of the fat weight. Yeah, and mostly my body also changed. Yeah, and body composition have changed mostly for me. That's what made me so happy because I tried other diets before where the body composition didn't change. I was skinny fat. I don't know how it's called. Yeah. So with the training, you said like don't do more than 20 minutes of training. So I did I followed that. I did high interval training for 20 minutes. So that helped me a lot also to change the way my body looks.
Wow. Did you work out every day or every other day?
No, I work out 4 or 5 times. To be honest, there are days that I don't really work out and days where I do train hard.
Did you start off with keto and intermittent fasting, or did you just do keto?
No, I started first with keto. Yeah, and then after I started with the intermittent fasting, I did the 2 meals, and then after I started with the one meal.
How many kilos did you lose total?
I lost 30 kilo. Yeah, 30 plus.
And was there any other benefits like energy, memory, any other positive things?
To be honest, at the beginning, it wasn't easy. At the beginning, I didn't know it was called keto flu. I was kind of doubtful of the way of the program because I was feeling really bad. I had so much digestive problems, to be honest, because I think my body wasn't used to a lot of the fiber of the greens, the cruciferous vegetables. So in the beginning I suffered with digestive problems, and my energy was messed up. But then after that, it cleared up really fast.
Did you change anything or just give it more time?
No, I gave it time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Did you see the video on keto flu?
Yes, later I saw it, and then I thought, oh my God, that's exactly what happened to me. And yeah, then I felt relaxed that okay, there's symptoms, there's stages that you have to go through in order to adapt to the ketosis.
Yeah, because your cells, you literally have to build new enzymes, new cellular machinery to be able to deal with this new fuel source. So that's a whole different thing. But so tell me what you would eat in a given meal on average.
At the beginning, I was kind of confused, because, but then later on, it become easier for me to make my meals because it was before 3 meals, then four. But then when I did the intermittent fasting, I broke it down. I condensed it all to one meal. And in that meal, I have to have my proteins and my veggies and my fats, of course. Usually, I don't go more than 10 ounces of protein. And vegetables, I do consume a lot of vegetables. I go for between 5 to 10 cups. I like my veggies. And in the clean fats is avocado, avocado oils, and what else? Nothing comes up with my, yeah, eggs. I like homemade mayonnaise. I never, one of the problems that I went through in the beginning is finding, like a good brand of mayonnaise that has no sugar in it, or a ketchup that has no sugar. So it was extremely difficult. So, most of the time I go to the supermarket, I buy some stuff thinking that it's healthy. Then I end up looking at the label. It's everything is sugar, sugar, sugar everywhere. So that was kind of difficult for me, because when I go to the supermarket, I can't find anything that I can eat because literally there is everywhere sugar.
Oh my gosh, where do you live?
I live in Kuwait, and I don't know if you're willing to hear a story, like about ketogenic. At the beginning, people were very doubtful of my diet, and they were thinking that I'm crazy. And that time, during that time when I started it, I was very overweight. My mother, she was telling me, you have to be careful because it's a high cholesterol diet, and you might end up clogging your arteries, and you might have a heart attack or something. But I was like, okay, and like all of my members of my family, they have genetically high cholesterol. So I thought, okay, let me take a different route. I don't want to take the Crissator or Lipitor, the cholesterol medications. I want to do a healthy kind of life, pure and clean. And so at the beginning it was hard. Then later on, I did my blood test, and my cholesterol came out very high. And I was kind of shocked about it, even though I lost a lot of weight. Then I went back through your videos, and then you said no, because as you said just now a minute ago, the cells they get shrunk, and then the fat cells, they have to go through the bloodstream. So I thought, let me give my body a chance to adapt more. And 2 3 months, I did my blood test again, and my cholesterol was at the normal range. I was so happy. Like sorry, doctor, like I have two members of my family. One died of a heart stroke, and one is disabled from the neck down just because of heart disease. And I didn't want to take that route, because I know if I'm going to start taking tablets, I'm going to it's going to open for me other doors, like other medications. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I wanted to go into ketosis, and I got committed. And people saw my results. There, members of the family they're happy, they're eating, because in our country we eat lots of rice, lots of rice. You have a huge plate of rice, maybe more than 20 cups of rice, and then this small piece of vegetable on the top, and the meat on the top. So it's like a sugar oriented country. And even my kids, I got them, I removed all the sugars in the house, and like it changed them. It changed the way they even in their behavior in school. The teachers are telling me they're all changed. So that's, for me, it's not about diet, it's about the lifestyle. It changed my whole life, even my home,
And did it help to understand why you're doing that, and as far as to understand insulin and how that all works?
In the beginning, I didn't understand any of that, but your videos helped a lot. Really, your videos helped so much, and it was very instructive. It was like a more of a biology course, with your videos. So it helped so much, with my journey. So, and I thank you for that, really. Yeah.
And then when you wake up in the morning, when's the first time you eat?
I eat, my fasting window starts from 5 to 7, 4 hour window I have daily. Yeah.
Okay, and then the next meal you eat would be when?
The next day, 24-hour fast, and a 20-hour fast.
Okay. So you're do you have any cravings anymore?
In the beginning, yes. In the beginning, yeah, I had so much craving. I wanted to go for junk food, mostly, of course, sugary carbs, breads and cakes, and and biscuits and all these things. Beginning, I had such a huge craving, but now, no. Once I eat the healthy foods, the keto food, I don't have any craving at all. Even I can sustain so long, for more than 20 hours. Even there are times that even my fasting window is near, that I should be eating. I don't want to eat. I'm so full, because my last meal from the last day, it was just enough for me.
That's fascinating. It goes completely against what people are used to because you're running on fat, which I'm sure you could even feel. It's a different feeling running on fat versus sugar, and it feels good. And do you think you'll ever go back to your old ways?
I to be I'll be honest. Also, I went back to for only a couple of days, for 1 or 2 days. I thought because like I have to try it. I have to go back to and maybe just enjoy it. I thought. Then I started eating rice and bread in those 2 days, and I felt so bad. I felt really, really terrible. I had such a huge headache, even though in those 2 days I didn't have like anything with sugar. I just had bread and had such a throbbing pain in my head. And then I realized, oh my God, that this is not good for the body. It's just, it messes up your energy levels. And then I stopped completely. After that, I swore off carbs.
It's so funny. I'm the same way. Like when I was in my early 30s and started changing my diet, I would test the waters and go back and just really to make sure this is the right thing. I'd go back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I'm convinced I'm going to stick with this healthy program because I've been beaten up so much. And of course, it sounds like you're really disciplined. I waited to the last minute till I was dying before I did anything.
Yeah, the cravings, they do. I think it's more of I don't want to call it a craving. I want to call it more of a sentimental memory because, like, I relate this kind of food with a memory. Like McDonald's is like a cheeseburger. Remember, like, it's fun to eat this. It's, you gather around people, you drink the cola. It's a good memory behind it. So what I did, to replace that, I did my kind of version, of a burger. I get a really good quality beef, I get a good quality cheese. I do the oopsie bread, like I don't know if you know that one, and the lettuce. So it tastes much better, and and still get the benefits of the keto diet. So that's, I think, the best way to do it. If you crave for something, you try to replace it. Try to adapt it to the keto lifestyle. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, personally, when I'll eat a meal now, I'm not really that hungry, and I just eat because I know I have to. I need to, sustain that. So I'm just eating for health right now, And yes, it's not so like oh my God, before I have to have this food, and oh my gosh, I feel so much better, and then, bam.
Yeah, it breaks up the energy, and you want to have. When I start to eat carbs, even I don't have energy for my workout. I can't even exercise. I feel like my stomach is so busy, like trying to digest the bread or the rice, and so then what is called it stops me from doing my workouts, my daily workouts. But when I eat clean foods, clean protein, clean fats and veggies, I have so much energy. I'm like nonstop in the gym.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, are other people looking at you like they saw you before, now they see after? Are they asking you, what are you doing?
Yes. Now, now the people who doubted me, and they look at me like, oh my God, what is he eating? He's eating fats, he's eating mayos and whatever. And I thought, and now they're all of them like members of, because here in Kuwait we have that. I don't know if you watched that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. In these they have in the table, lots of food, rice, breads, and potatoes, and all these things, and they look at my food because I bring my own food to the table, and then after they will look at me and they see they're confused. But now it's different. Now they want to try out my foods. Now they want to ask, what do you eat? What do you don't eat? And how did you get into such amazing shape?
Wow.
And like that's what exciting about this diet, and people come in and they want to see what made this results for you and what made you change so much. Because people, like I have also an uncle, he's have stage 2 diabetic, and he saw me, he's like, oh my God, Sanem, you come so different now. how even your legs are different, your face is different, your hands are different. How did you do? I said, okay, you know what? This kind of diet that I do is even good for you because you have stage 2 diabetic. So this is perfect for you, you know, because it's gonna stabilize your energy and it's gonna make you lose weight also. Then he actually tried it and he lost so much weight. And I would like to share his story also with you, but you know, maybe if he agrees, you know, he's a private kind of person. So, but he was happy from the result. He was happy. He didn't lost a lot because he's not very strict. But if he's really strict, I think he would really benefit from it. Really. So people around me got inspired even, you know, they all want to try it out, you know, and if some of them, they try it out for a week, they see it's difficult, they can't adjust, but they see the results. They do actually see the results. They cannot now deny it, you know. They will never say, no, it's not working.
Right. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your story. It's incredible, and the before and after is amazing. So, yeah, appreciate that. It'll inspire a lot of people.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you.
Great. Have a great afternoon. If it's after, what time is it there now?
It's only 8 o'clock p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I just want to say, Doctor, like you've been amazing for me. You know, thank you so much. I would say, like, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have reached the body that I want, really, and the shape that I want and the energy that I want. Thank you, really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. My children, my family, everyone is like happy to see me. Like now I've reached not just the physical level, also the emotional level, also because that changed me really. The way that, you know, how can I say it for you? You know, thank you. You're a godsend for me. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And please keep up with sending videos. You know, it helps us a lot. You know, it helps me so much.
Okay, I will. I'll say we're creating some right now, actually. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.